Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in. We're live here at Pflugerville High School, and we are playing the final game of district. We got delayed last night with the field conditions. We're live here at Pflugerville High School for the last game of district play in District 23. All other games got played last night and set the playoffs for District 23. Georgetown in control of their destiny here today with a win. Georgetown, the outright district champions of District 23, as Weiss, Hendrickson, and Eastview all finish at 8-4. Weiss was victorious last night, 14-1 over the Conley Cougars. And then the Hendrickson Hawks evened out the series with Eastview with a 2-1 win at Hendrickson High School yesterday to split that series and end their season at 8-4 in district play. And so we get ready for the top of the first here at Hendrickson. Georgetown will be batting first, as they are the visitors today. They'll be in the white pants with the blue pinstripes and the digital camo shirts with the Americana numbers on the back. The white helmets out of the third base dugout. The home team, the Pflugerville Panthers, they're in the white home uniforms with blue pinstripes, blue numerals outlined in yellow. Panthers in capital block print letters across the front of the jerseys. White hats with the P logo with the blue bill. Leading it off will be the catcher, sophomore Connor Young. He'll step in from the left side to face off against the starting pitcher for the Pflugerville Panthers, the lefty. First pitch swinging, a ball hit into left field. It'll be down for a leadoff single. That's Connor Young staying hot to lead things off for Georgetown. A leadoff base hit, leadoff man aboard here for Georgetown. And you'll get a courtesy runner now. It'll be number 1, Tillman Brown, to come in to run for the catcher. On the mound for the Panthers is Roland Maldonado, the sophomore lefty. And in steps number 4, Tate Ritchie, the right fielder. Maldonado will work out of the stretch now with the runner on base. Taylor to hold on the runner. Tillman Brown at first base. Maldonado comes set. First pitch to Tate. He'll square late, take the pitch high for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Tate Ritchie on deck. Number 12, David Fluitt, pitching today for your Georgetown Eagles. Third baseman for the Panthers. Up on the edge of the grass, expected the bunt here from Tate. A throw over to first base, and Tillman dives back in safely there under the tag. So Hendrickson and Eastview will go into Division I playoff bracket. Weiss and Georgetown will fall into Division II bracket. As Maldonado comes set. The 1-0 pitch to Ritchie, square to bunt. He takes it for ball 2. A low, slow breaking pitch, stays high. And a 2-0 count now to Tate Ritchie. Ritchie back in for the right side. Grass infield, grass outfield, dirt playing surface. Maldonado, the 2-0 pitch. Ritchie punts it down the third baseline. Maldonado will field it, but drops it, and that'll allow Tate Ritchie to reach base. So now runners on first and second as Tillman Brown moves up to second base. But Maldonado grabbed it with the glove, but it fell out of the glove. No play there, so Tate Ritchie is on the E1. And now runners on first and second, and David Fluitt will step in. Catcher Tristan Breimer will head out to talk to his pitcher. Maldonado, the lefty. Toes the rubber now as Tillman Brown leads off second. Ritchie off first base. No outs here at the top of the first. The lefty-lefty matchup. Fluitt lays off and takes it for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count. Maldonado comes set. A look at second base. Now he'll turn. No throw to second base as Tillman Brown back standing. Hayden Grooms waits on deck for the Eagles. The third baseman today for your Georgetown team. Fluitt back in from the left side. Maldonado gets the pitch from the catcher. Breimer comes set. 0-1 pitch. Outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Tillman Brown off for second base. Ritchie off first. And Maldonado comes set, spinning a throw. Tillman Brown back safely there at second base. Fluid back in, ready to go. Maldonado, the long look in. Gets the sign and comes set in the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Fluid down the first baseline, just foul. 1 ball, 2 strike count now to David Fluid. Here in the top of the first. Ethan Minhar is in left field for the Panthers. Reynaga in center field, Carrillo in right. Pitch driven down the first baseline. This one curls foul. Kind of a weak effort there from Coach Durrell. Trying to field the foul ball. Been to the Jordan Vieira School of Fielding for that one. The count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes to David Fluid. No outs here in the top of the first. A leadoff single by Connor Young, and then an error on a bunt attempt by Tate Ritchie. The Eagles have the runners at first and second. Maldonado comes set in the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Stays inside for ball 2. 2-2 the count now. I'll keep everything up in a minute. I'm behind. I apologize. We'll get it working here in just a minute. 2-2 the count to David Fluid. Maldonado, the 2-2 pitch. Fluid waits on it, drives it into right field. That'll be a base hit. Tillman Brown around third. He'll head to home. And that'll be an RBI single by David Fluid. Runners on the corners now here in the top of the first. So Georgetown scores here in the top of the inning. Now runners on first and third. And Colton Crutchfield will come on to courtesy run for the pitcher, David Fluid. But a beautiful RBI base hit. Fluid waited on that patiently, drove it into right field. Scores Tillman Brown. So Tate Ritchie over to third base. Now Crutchfield running at first base. In steps Hayden Grooms, the third baseman. He'll step in from the right side. Maldonado comes set. Movement. The runner takes off for second base. Crutchfield will dive in, and they'll get him there at second base. On the pickoff, that'll go 1-3-6 to erase the runner at second base, trying to advance. So the first out of the inning. Grooms comes set. The first pitch to Hayden. Fouls it off back behind home plate. 0-1 the count. Wind picking up here at Pflugerville. We'll take that as we sit in the sunshine here today. The 0-1 pitch called ball 1. 1-1 the count now to Hayden Grooms. Maldonado, long walk back. Grooms will step back in from the right side. Luke Holly on deck for the Eagles. Maldonado comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Grooms swings and miss. And here comes Tate Ritchie, and he'll score. Great read there by Tate Ritchie. He motors down the base path, picks up the second pad. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now to Hayden Grooms. The base is now empty, but 2 runs across here in the inning for Georgetown. Turned a wild pitch there by Maldonado. The 1-2 misses for ball 2. 2-1 the count now. Maldonado's 2-2 pitch. Grooms hits it right back up the middle, off the back of the mound, right past the second baseman into center field for the second hit of the ball game for the Georgetown Eagles. And now another base runner with one out here in the inning. And with one out and a runner at first, in steps number 6, Luke Holly, a center fielder. Luke will step in from the right side. Maldonado back to the stretch. As Grooms leads off first. The first pitch to Luke takes it low for ball 1. Want to know the count? On deck, Cooper Thomas, the left fielder for Georgetown. Here in the top of the first. 2 runs across. Throw to first base. Grooms dives back in safely. Holly waits. Maldonado comes set. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. That one pops out of the glove of the catcher, Brimer, and allows the Grooms to move up to second base on the pass ball. One 1 count to Luke Holly now. Maldonado comes set. A look at second. The 1-1 pitch inside for ball 2. 2-1 the count now to Luke Holly. Maldonado, a look at second base as he comes set. The 2-1 pitch. Luke fouls it off down the third baseline, out of play. And now the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the first. 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error for the Panthers. As Luke will step back in now with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Here in the top of the first. Maldonado comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Holly gives it a ride down to left field. It will go off the top of the fence, down the left field line, out of play. So Luke will return to home plate. Reset here with 2 balls, 2 strikes. Minjar up against the fence there. Tries to make a play on it, but unable to get to it as it goes off the top of the railing. So we'll reset. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Maldonado comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Holly fouls it off down the right field line. Will curl out of play. And we'll reset again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Grooms the runner down at second base. You hear the wind in the mic. Luke back in, ready to go. Maldonado gets the sign and comes set. The 2-2 pitch. That one's down to the turf, a wild pitch, and that'll allow Grooms to get over to third base as that one kicked in the dirt and away from the catcher, Brimer. So now a runner at third base. Just 1 out. A full count out of Luke Holly. The payoff pitch, Holly fouls it off down the third baseline. The battle continues here. Next pitch will be the 9th of the at-bat for Luke as he battles here with Maldonado with 1 out. In the top of the first, Maldonado comes set, the payoff pitch. Holly fouls it off down the right side and out of play. So good quality at bat here for Luke. This will be the 10th pitch of the at bat coming here. Grooms on at third base, one out here in the top of the first. 2 runs across for Georgetown here in the inning. As they threaten with more as Luke Holly continues to battle with a full count. Holly back in, Maldonado comes set. A payoff pitch to Luke. Swing and a miss, drop third strike. Breimer will have to throw down. It does, and sails it down the right field line. Luke around first, he's headed to second base. Grooms will score from third on the error by Breimer. And Georgetown leads it 3-0 now. As Luke Holly, strikeout is recorded, the first for Maldonado. But on the drop third strike, Holly reaches second base on the error by the catcher Maldonado. So 2 errors in the inning, coupled with 3 base hits. And now a runner at second base, and Georgetown leads it 3-0. In steps Cooper Thomas, the left fielder, the sophomore in from the right side as Maldonado looks in and works from the stretch. A look back at second base. First pitch to Thomas, up and away. Holly off and running. He'll still second base without a throw. So now a runner in scoring position again, down at third base. And a 1-0 count here to Cooper Thomas. Cooper had the big shot on Tuesday night in the bottom of the 5th. Hit a bases loaded inside the park grand slam. Swings and fouls it off between the legs of Coach Chad Payne down at third base. 1-1 to count now to Cooper Thomas here in the top of the first. Cooper back here from the right side. Maldonado as the sign comes set. 1-1 pitch. Inside, ball 2. 2-1 the count now to Coop. In the on-deck circle, Braden Rogers, the DH today for Georgetown, followed up by Braden Curtin, the first baseman. Still here in the top of the first. 2-1 count to Cooper Thomas. 3 runs across for Georgetown. Luke Holly down at third base. A 2-1 pitch. Outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count now to Coop. Maldonado comes set, the 3-1 pitch. Coop hits it to third base. Oswald up with it, fields it, throws it across in time. And Cooper Thomas down for out number 2. On 5-3 on the putout. Holly stays put at third base. And with 2 outs at inning and a runner at third base, in steps Braden Rogers.
Number 14, Braden Rogers.
Rogers, the junior, will bat from the right side. Here in the number 7 slot, Braden Curtin on deck. Should Rogers be able to extend the inning? Maldonado comes set in the stretch. The first pitch to Rogers. Lays off and takes it in the dirt for ball 1. Nice block there by Breimer to keep it from going past. I want to know the count now. The 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike. 1-1 the count now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the first. 3 runs across. Holly down at third base. Roland Maldonado. The 1-1 pitch. Inside, ball 2. 2-1 the count now. The 2-1 pitch fouled off, back out of play. 2-2 now the count to Braden Rogers. Two pitch misses outside. Now the count goes full to Braden Rogers. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Collie down at third base. Maldonado's payoff pitch to Rogers. Sends it into right field. Carrillo Back into his left, settles under it, makes the catch. To end the top of the first, F9 of the book to retire Rogers and the Eagles. But not before Georgetown scores 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors, and 1 runner left on base after half an inning. Georgetown 3, Pflugerville coming up to bat. Eagle baseball continues in a moment here on the SHN Sports Network.
Royalty, put blame on me. Hate my trends. Word up OG, watch how you talking your tone. What I be on, you cannot make me a clone. You already know T versus T. Tagging the limits won't fit the criteria. Hearing hysteria, saying American. Hang around you and your crew's embarrassing. Take that sneak post down, flexing on me is hilarious. Don't take it from me, I put it in work. Listen to see where I've been. I am the foretelling by the masses. Read by the skull in my saber and pen. Put down the mic and he calling me in. Can I receive? Ain't do it for them. You living and breathing within.
Back here live, Pflugerville High School. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Pflugerville will bring up the top of their lineup. Number 1, Jackson Walchak, the second baseman. Sophomore will step in from the right side. Defensively for your Eagles, it'll be Thomas in left, Holly in center, Richie in right. Grooms at third base, Kiki at short, Jalem Hunter at second base, Braden Curtin at first base, and Connor Young behind the plate. For the lefty, senior David Fluid. But a quick timeout here. Some trouble with the catcher's equipment from coach. Pfluger will bring up Walchak, Bradley, and Taylor here at the top or bottom of the first inning. Now back to action we go. Senior David Fluid, the lefty, on the mound for the Eagles. Works from the third base side of the rubber from the windup. The first pitch to Walchak misses low for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Walchak. Sophomore back in for the right side. Fluid from the windup. The 1-0 pitch. Line drive hit out into right field. It'll fall for a leadoff base hit. Walchak will get to first base on the single to right field.
Now batting, number 13, Aiden Bradley.
That'll bring up the shortstop, number 13, Aiden Bradley. He is a senior here on senior day at Pflugerville High School. He'll step in here from the right side. Runner at first base, no outs to the bottom of the first. Fluid comes set in the stretch. First pitch to Bradley, inside corner, called strike 1. 0-1 the count to Bradley. The 0-1 pitch. Dribbler out to the mound. Fluid, he'll throw to second, but he throws to Hunter on to first, and that's going to be a mistake there for Georgetown. Positioning there between Kiki and Hunter, both a few feet away from the bag. So Fluid wheeled around, threw it to Hunter, who was not covering. So both runners reach on that error. So Bradley to first base, Walchak up to second base. Runners on first and second as Cole Taylor steps in from the right side. This junior. Fluid from the stretch. Look at second base. He'll turn, but no throw. Number 3 hitter, the first baseman, Cole Taylor, steps in with runners on first and second. No outs here in the bottom of the first. First pitch misses low for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Walczak off second. Bradley off first. Fluid comes set. A look at second base. The 1-0 pitch. Taylor lays off and takes it just low for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Tristan Breimer, the catcher, on deck for the Panthers. 2-0 pitch inside corner. Called strike 1. 2-1 the count now to Cole Taylor. Fluid comes set. 1-1 pitch inside corner, called strike 2. 1-2 now the count. Make it 2-2 now the count. To Cole Taylor. No outs, runners on first and second here in the bottom of the first. The 2-2 pitch to Taylor. Hit out towards second. Hunter fields it. Flips to Kiki at second for 1. On to first in time for 2. 4-6-3 double play. That'll allow Walczak to move up to third base. But a big 2-out double play there. 4-6-3 to retire the runner Bradley and get Taylor at first base. That'll bring up Ethan Minhar as the left fielder. He's a senior here for the Panthers. Steps in from the left side. First pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1 to count to Minhar. 2 outs, a runner at third. The 0-1 pitch down to the dirt for ball 1. Nice block by Connor Young. Keep Walczak down at third base. Fluid back from the windup. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking pitch in there. They're called strike 2. 1-2 the count now. The 1-2 pitch. Outside corner, called strike 3, and the Panthers are down here in the bottom of the first. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. After 1 complete inning, Georgetown 3, Pflugerville 0. Georgetown baseball continues in a moment here on the SHN Sports Network. go back to the action here at Pflugerville High School. Go to the top of the second. 3 runs, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 hits, one error for Georgetown. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for the Panthers. Maldonado will pitch to the 8-9-1 hitters, Curtin, Kiki, and Connor Young. First pitch misses for ball 1. Maldonado out of the windup. The 0-1 pitch to Braden Curtin. The 1-0 pitch to Braden Curtin. That one's on the outside corner for a called strike 1. 1-1 to count now. So we're here at the top of the second. Maldonado from the windup. The 1-1 pitch. Curtin fouls it off. Little ole there by Coach Chad Pay. 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Braden Curtin. Leading off things here in the top of the second for the Eagles. Curtin, the junior, bats from the right side. Maldonado from the windup. The 1-2 pitch. Misses outside for ball 2. Evens up the count at 2-2. Maldonado from the windup. The 2-2 pitch to Curtin. Curtin gives it a ride to left field. Minhara is on his horse, will not get to it. It'll get over his head for a leadoff double here by Braden Curtin. Big hit there by Braden Curtin, the 4th of the ball game for the Eagles. That'll give the Eagles a leadoff man at second base. As Jack Kiki, the shortstop, will step in for his first plate appearance of the day. Now Breimer out to talk to his pitcher, Maldonado.
Due up number 7, Jack Kiki.
Kiki, the junior shortstop, will step in from the right side as Maldonado moves to the stretch. Curtin down at second base. Maldonado comes set. The first pitch to Kiki, square to bunt. Bunts it down the left field for third baseline. Kiki will beat it out at first base. That'll be an infield bunt single for Jack Kiki, 5th hit of the ball game for Georgetown. And now runners on the corners. With no outs here at the top of the second, back to the top of the lineup we go to Connor Young. Curtin moves up to third on that bunt. And now here comes a visit from head coach Dale Wagner of Pflugerville. We'll take a quick timeout. Georgetown Eagle baseball will continue in a moment. A pitching change here for the Panthers. Maldonado will come out, and on to pitch will come the senior right-hander, number 21, Isaac Hansen. He will inherit a first and third situation with no outs here at the top of the second. As Connor Young steps in, 1-for-1 in the ball game, single to lead off the game at the top of the first. The first pitch is the runner's off. First pitch is high and misses for ball one. No throw down there on the steal by Kiki with the runner at third base. So now runners on second and third. 1-0 to Kiki, or to Connor Young. Hansen from the stretch, the 1-0 pitch. Misses down in the dirt for ball two. Good block there by Breimer, and the count 2-0. Connor Young, back in from the left side. Hansen comes set in the stretch. The 2-0 pitch. Up high for ball three. You know the count now. Connor Young on deck. Tate Ritchie. The 3-0 pitch. That was in there for a called strike. Connor Young take it all the way there. 3-1 to count. Hansen's 3-1 pitch. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner. Slow looping curveball. Now a full count to Connor Young. Connor back ready to go. Hansen look in. That will come set in the stretch. The payoff pitch. That one hits him. So the bases are loaded here in the top of the second. First hit by pitch. Tillman Brown will come on to run.
That brings up the next batter, Tate Ritchie.
For the catcher, Connor Young. Tate Ritchie will step in. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Tate reached on an error by the pitcher Maldonado back in the first. Came around to score the second run of the ball game. Steps in here with the bases loaded, no outs at the top of the second. Hansen comes set. The first pitch to Tate. Misses outside, ball one. Corners up on the grass. Short and second, middle infield, a double play depth. The 1-0 pitch to Ritchie. Fly ball. Back out of play down the first baseline. 1-1 the count now. Can't close the book on Maldonado yet. Still responsible for the runners at second and third. But he goes out with 1+ innings pitched, 42 pitches thrown. 2 wild pitches, 1 strikeout, 5 hits allowed. The 1-1 outside corner called strike 2. A 1-2 count now to Tate Ritchie. No outs and the bases loaded here in the top of the second. Tate back in for the right side, gets ready. Hansen comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Tate fouls it off down the first baseline. Resets. Do it again with a 1-2 count. Hansen comes set in the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Ritchie sends it down the right field line. It'll be down for base hit. Kurt will score from third. Here comes Kiki around from second. He'll score on the 2 RBI single by Tate Ritchie. And the Eagles lead it 5-0. Runners now at the corners with no outs.
That brings up number 12, David Fluid.
And now David Fluid will step in. Fluid 1 for 1 in the ball game. An RBI single in the first. Throw over to first base. Ritchie dives back in safely. Tillman Brown at third. Ritchie at first. The first pitch to David Fluid. Ritchie off and running. Pass ball off the glove of the catcher, Breimer, and Tillman Brown will score on the pass ball. 1-0 the count. But the 6th run of the ball game comes across for Georgetown here in the top of the 2nd. Ritchie moves up to second base. Fluid will step back in. Grooms on deck for Georgetown here in the top of the 2nd. 3 runs across, no outs. A 1-0 count to David Fluid. The 1-0 pitch. Fluid foul tip into the glove of catcher Breimer's catcher's mitt. 1-1 the count now. Hanson, the reliever, comes set in the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Fluid hits it back out to short. It hits the umpire, and it's a live ball. That'll be an infield hit for Fluid. And the field umpire just yells, ow. He took it. That was a nice line drive shot off the ground by Fluid. It went off the left leg of the umpire. Still have a little visit here to work that out.
Number 16, Hayden
But it's a hit for Fluid. The umpire is in live play. So Fluid 2 for 2 in the ball game as Ritchie moves up to third base. And in steps Hayden Grooms, who's 1 for 1. Grooms singled and scored a run in the first. Grooms steps in for the right side. First pitch to Hayden. He's in there for a called strike on the slow breaking pitch. 0-1 to count. On deck, Luke Holly, followed by Cooper Thomas here in the top of the 2nd. 0-1 count to Grooms, the 0-1 pitch. Fouled off, 0-2 the count now to Hayden. Groomsy in from the right side, singled in the first inning, right up the middle, past a outstretched glove of Walczak. The 0-2 pitch. Fluid takes off, the shot down the first baseline, but it is going to curl out of play. So Fluid will retreat, will reset with an 0-2 count to Hayden Grooms. Here in the top of the 2nd, 3 runs across in the inning for the Eagles. Grooms will step back in. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Hanson comes set in the stretch. The 0-2 pitch to Groomsy. Fouled off, back to the screen. Grooms continues to fight. We'll reset and do it again. So now we can close the book on Roland Maldonado, the starting pitcher for the Panthers. He went an inning plus through 42 pitches, gave up 5 runs, 5 hits, struck out 1 and 2 wild pitches. The 0-2 pitch to Groomsy. Waits on it, hits it to third. Oswald up with it, turns the 5-4-3 double play. But Hayden Grooms will get the RBI, driving in Tate Ritchie from third base, and it's a 7-0 lead for your Georgetown Eagles. 7-0 lead. For your Georgetown Eagles. Luke Holly will step in. The base is empty and 2 outs now. Luke 0 for 1 in the ball game, struck out. Reached first base on the air by the catcher Breimer. First pitch from Hanson to Holly, misses. For ball 1, 1-0 the count. Hanson comes set. The 1-0 pitch to Holly. Holly sends it into right field. Carrillo to his left. And he'll make the play for out number 3. F9 of the book to retire Luke Holly and the Eagles here in the top of the 2nd. Not before Georgetown picks up 4 runs on 3 hits. 4 hits. No errors and no runners left on base. After an inning and a half, Georgetown 7, Pflugerville 0. Georgetown Eagle baseball will continue here in a second on the SHN Sports Network. Stay with us.
Yeah. I'm the big homie, for those of y'all that don't know me. One and only, name another rapper, this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic to Ricky Bobby shaking baked Brody. Pin rolling, never sleep, I just keep going. Hit my peak now, I just started like my name Tommy. Had a vision, this was destined for my life story. Bible by my side, I keep it like a gun on me. War ready, and we ain't afraid to get bloody. Told me I should quit my day job, that's funny. Hate will always elevate me, I'ma keep showing. Out and selling, record spinning, it ain't never slowing. Take the stakes, take the crown, I don't need it, got the sound. I'ma be the king forever, even when they count me out. Favorite rapper, raise a bar from the ground. Taking risks you never dreamed of, get my name up out your mouth. Don't talk, it's silent on the floor, kings walk. We gon' drag your body through the door in shock. How I got them asking for a tour, man, stop. I'ma need a second, maybe more. I'm the big homie, for those of y'all that don't know me.
And we go to the bottom of the second here at Pflugerville High School in game number 2 of this 2-game series here in district play. The final district game of the season for both teams and the district. As Georgetown leads it 7-0 going to the bottom of the second. Tristan Breimer, the catcher, leads off here in the inning. It takes the first pitch for a called strike, 0-1 the count. Breimer, the catcher. The sophomore steps back in from the right side. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled off back to the screen, 0-2 the count. Now to the catcher, Breimer. Breimer, Alvarado, and Carrillo due up here in the bottom of the second for the Panthers. Fluid from the windup, the 0-2 pitch. Line drive past the diving Curtin into right field. Nice effort there by Curtin. Hunter unable to get over to it. It trickles into right field for a leadoff base hit by Tristan Breimer. So a runner on first base with no outs. Jacob Libbins will come on to courtesy run for the catcher, Tristan Breimer. As Sean Alvarado, the DH, will step in for the first time in the ball game. Breimer with the second hit of the ball game. Sean Alvarado, the number 19, the senior, steps in for the right side. Fluid to the stretch. The first pitch to Alvarado. Misses inside for ball 1. I want to know the count to Alvarado. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1, 1-1 to count. Jacob Lemons, a sophomore, courtesy run at first base, leads off there, being held on by Curtin. As Fluid comes set in the stretch, the 1-1 pitch. Outside corner, called strike 2. 1-2 the count now. To the DH with Christian Carrillo on deck for the Panthers. Here in the bottom of the second. The 1-2 pitch. Misses inside for ball 2. 2-2 the count now. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And down goes Alvarado for out number 1.
Number 7, Christian Carrillo.
Second strikeout for Fluid in the ball game. And in steps Christian Carrillo, the right fielder. He'll step in from the right side, from the left side. Carrillo, the sophomore, first pitch is high for ball 1. 1-0 the count. To Carrillo. He was 0 for 1 in the ball game on Tuesday night. Struck out looking in the third. The 1-0 pitch from Fluid misses low and outside for ball 2. Pitch misses low, ball 3. So Fluid quickly behind in the count. 3 balls, no strikes. To the right fielder, Christian Carrillo with Jaden Oswald, the third baseman, on deck. Fluid's 3-0 pitch. That one's right down the middle for a called strike 1. 3-1 the count now. One out here in the bottom of the second. Lemons leads off first. Curtin holds him on as Fluid comes set in the stretch. The 3-1 pitch. Foul tip. 3-2 now the count. Fluid's worked it back full to Carrillo. Fluid looks in, gets the sign, and comes set. The payoff pitch to Carrillo. Just misses for ball 4. Wow. Now runners on first and second. With the one out. And in steps Jaden Oswald, the third baseman. That was the first walk issued by Fluid in the first inning. He allowed no runs on one hit. They have taken that error off, called it a fielder's choice. Left one runner on through 13 pitches in the first inning. Now runners on first and second here in the bottom of the second with one out. The first pitch to Oswald. Swing and a miss, strike one. Fluid comes set. He'll one pitch. Just misses outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Connor Young out to visit with his senior pitcher, David Fluid. 7-0. Georgetown leads it here in the bottom of the second. 3 runs in the first, 4 in the second. 7 base hits for the Eagles. Oswald back in from the right side. Fluid comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled off back to the screen. 1-2 the count now to Jaden Oswald. One ball, 2 strike count to Oswald on deck. The number 9 hitter, Eric Renaga. Fluid comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball hit out to second. Jalen Hunter will charge. The only play will be to 1 as he'll flip to Curtin for the out. That'll move runners up to second and third for the Panthers. But now 2 outs in the inning. 4-3 on the putout of Oswald. That'll bring up Eric Renaga, the center fielder. So Lemons up to third base. Carrillo up to second. Fluid back to the windup now to face off against the 9-hole hitter, Eric Renaga. With 2 outs in the bottom of the second, the first pitch. Breaking ball comes back, but misses for ball 1. I want to know the count to Renaga. 1-0 pitch misses, low and outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Fluid from the windup, the 2-0. Outside corner gets the call, strike 1. 2-1 the count now. Lemons off third. Carrillo off second. Fluid from the windup. The 2-1 pitch to Renaga. Foul tip into the glove of Connor Young for strike 2. 2-2 the count now. The 2-2 outside, ball 3, and a full count now to Eric Renaga with Jackson Walczak waiting on deck. Should Renaga extend the inning here for the Panthers? 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Fluid from the windup, the 3-2 pitch. Ground ball hit to first. Curtin will field it and take it 3 unassisted to end the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. After 2 complete, 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Georgetown. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Panthers. We come back. Eagle Baseball continues live here on the SHN Sports Network. Stay with us. back here at Pflugerville High School. We got to tell you about it. No, it's King's Pest Control, serving Williamson County's pest control needs for over 40 years. Family and locally owned since 1982. Safe and reliable pest control service for your home or business. Give them a call. 512-930-PEST. 512-930-7378. Visit them, kingspest.com. Cooper Thomas leads it off for Georgetown here at the top of the third. It'll be Thomas, Rogers, and Curtin due up. First pitch, Thomas rips it down the third baseline fair. He'll be around first base, headed to second. And no, he'll hold up there. What a play by Benjarez to get it in quickly, but a leadoff base hit for Cooper Thomas. In case you didn't see it, at least you heard about it. Right here, third hit allowed by Hanson. On in relief. That makes Cooper 1 for 2 on the day. And in steps Brayton Rogers, who's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Hanson from the stretch. Cooper's off and running. Throws to second base, but Cooper gets in as the throw from Hanson is off the mark to the shortstop, Bradley. So a stolen base for Cooper. Now a runner on second base. Brayton Curtin steps back in. Hanson will come set. The first pitch to Rogers. Breaking pitch across the top of the zone, but misses for ball 1. Brayton flew out to right field back in the first inning. 0 for 1 in the ball game as he steps in here from the right side. Runner on second base. Here in the top of the third. 1-0 pitch, misses low and outside for ball 2, 2-0 the count. Curtin on deck, Jack Kiki in the hole for the Eagles. No outs here at the top of the third, a leadoff single. Down the left field line for Cooper Thomas. Hanson a long look in, gets a sign and comes set. The 2-0 pitch. That one's on the outside corner for called strike 1. 2-1 the count now. The 2-1. Down low in the dirt, a wild pitch gets away from the catcher. Breimer, and that allows Cooper Thomas to cruise into third base, and now a 3-1 count. To Brayton Rogers. Three-one pitch to Rogers. Slap down the third base line, our first baseline, curls out of play. Now the count runs full to the DH. 3 balls, 2 strikes. With no outs here in the top of the third. Cooper Thomas down at third base. Hanson looks in, comes set in the stretch. The payoff pitch to Rogers. Slashes it foul down the first baseline, out of play. We'll reset, do it again with a full count. Three balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runner at third base for Georgetown here at the top of the third. They lead it 7-0. Hanson comes set. The payoff pitch. Another foul ball down the first baseline. Curls out of play. Brayton Rogers continuing the battle. Hanson in his first inning of work came in with runners on base. Pitched the inning. Gave up 2 runs on 2 hits. Hit 1 batter. Through 21 pitches. The payoff pitch to Rogers. Grounded foul down the third baseline. Stays alive. Three balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch will be the 9th of the at-bat for Brayton Rogers. Isaac comes set. The payoff pitch. Big bender called strike 3. Rogers down for out number 1. First strikeout for Hanson.
That brings up number 21, Brayden Curtin.
1 out now in the inning. Runner at third base, and in steps Brayton Curtin. Curtin 1 for 1 in the ball game, doubled and scored a run in the second inning. First pitch is up and in for ball 1 here. Kiki now in on-deck circle for Georgetown. 1 out in the top of the third. Cooper Thomas stays down at third base here. Hansen comes set in the stretch. The 1-0 pitch. Curtin sends it into right center field. That's going to be extra bases again, as that'll score Cooper Thomas. Curtin around first. He's headed to second. The throw not in time. And an RBI double for Braden Curtin. Scores Cooper Thomas from third base.
That brings up number 7.
8th run of the ball game for Georgetown. And in steps Jack Kiki. Jack reached on a base hit back in the second inning, singled and scored a run. First pitch in there for a called strike to Jack. 0-1 the count. Hansen comes set. The 0-1 pitch. Nope, turn. Throw to second base. And Curtin back in. It's when you start to question the choice of white pants on a dirty field. Coach is going to enjoy laundry today. 0-1 the count to Jack Kiki. Curtin at second base. The 0-1 pitch to Jack. Misses low and outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count now. And a visit from Breimer out to his pitcher, Hansen. 1 out here at the top of the third. 1 run across. Eagles have played at least 1 run in all 3 innings so far in the ball game. Lead it 8-0. One ball, 1 strike count. Jack Kiki ready to go as Hansen comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Kiki hits it down the third baseline. Fair. What a shot by Jack. Here comes Curtin around third. He'll score. Kiki headed to second. And he'll be in there with an RBI double. He'll switch spots with Braden Curtin, and the Eagles lead it 9-0. Here in the top of the third. Nice piece of hitting there by Jack. Curtin comes in to score for the second time in the ball game. And another visit to the mound for Coach Wagner. And it'll be a call to the bullpen. We'll take it with them. Georgetown Eagle Baseball will continue in a moment. Young sends one fair down the third baseline on the first pitch he sees. He'll head to second base. Here comes the throw from Inhara's cut off. And it'll be an RBI double for Connor Young on the first pitch thrown by Bruce Ferguson. On in relief here in the top of the third. And that plates the 10th run of the ball game. So back to back to back doubles for the Eagles. It's Connor Young now 2 for 3, or 2 for 2 in the ball game. On the run will come Tillman Brown for the catcher. Connor Young.
Actually, I believe that's pinch hitter number 3, Weston Lane.
Weston Lane will step in here to pinch hit. For the Eagles, in the number 2 slot for Tate Ritchie. Bruce Ferguson on to pitch. The senior right-hander for the Panthers. Lane in from the right side, the senior. Where's number 3? The first pitch from Ferguson. Inside for ball 1. Ferguson will come set in the stretch. The 1-0 pitch to Lane. Held off, 1-1 the count. One ball, one strike, one out here in the top of the third. Ferguson comes set. The 1-1 pitch to Weston Lane. Misses for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Ferguson comes set. A look at second. Now Lane will take time and back out and reset. Ferguson comes set. The 2-1 to Lane. Outside for ball 3. 3-1 the count now. Weston Lane pinch hitting here in the number 2 slot for Tate Ritchie. 3-1 count. 1 out here in the top of the third. 3-1 pitch. Lane pops it up right side of the infield. Cole Taylor will make the catch for out number 2. And with 2 outs in the inning, it'll bring up number 12, David Fluid.
That brings up the pitcher, number 12, David Fluid.
Runner at second base. Tillman Brown running for the catcher, Connor Young. Fluid steps in. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. An RBI single in the first, a single in the second. He's cut down on the 5-4-3 double play. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. 3 runs in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third for Georgetown. Leads it 10-0 here over Pflugerville. So we're in the top of the third. Ferguson comes set in the stretch. The 1-0 to Fluid. Fly ball to shallow left field. A nice play there by the shortstop Bradley to make the catch for out number 3 to retire the Eagles here in the top of the third. But Georgetown puts up 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 2.5 innings, Georgetown leads it 10-0 over the Pflugerville Panthers. We'll take a timeout. Eagle baseball will continue in a moment here on the SHN Sports Network. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, head on over to that concession stand.
Back live here at Pflugerville High School. We go to the bottom of the fourth. I didn't clear it all off. We were making too many changes. Bottom of the third we go to. The first pitch to the leadoff man, Walchak, misses for ball one. One 0 pitch in there for a called strike. 1-1 the count. To Walchak. He's 1 for 2 or 1 for 1 of the ball game. Singled and left stranded in the first. Takes the 1-1 pitch for ball two. 2-1 the count. Fluid pitches here in his third inning. 2-1 fouled off, back to the screen. 2-2 the count now. Through 2 innings, Fluid has allowed 2 hits, struck out 2, walked 1, thrown 37 pitches as he works here in the bottom of the third. 2-2 pitch, fouled off, back behind home plate. We'll reset, do it again. A 2-ball, 2-strike count to Walchak, the second baseman. The 1, 2, and 3 hitters due up here in the bottom of the third for the Panthers. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for out number 1. Third strikeout for Fluid on the day.
Now batting, number 13, Aiden Bradley.
That'll bring up Aiden Bradley. With one out here in the bottom of the third. Bradley 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Reached on an error back in the first. Actually, reached on a fielder's choice is what they called that. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. To the shortstop, Aiden Bradley. Cole Taylor on deck for the Panthers here in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss on the 1-0 pitch. 1-1 the count now. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Say he did not go. Ball 2, 2-1 the count. We'll try to get him to chase the high cheddar. From the windup, the 2-1 pitch. That one skips in for ball 3. 3-1 now the count to Aiden Bradley. Bradley now back in from the right side. Blew it from the windup, the 3-1 pitch. Chopped foul down the first baseline, and the count runs full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Fluid now ready. From the windup, the payoff pitch. Foul tip into the glove of Connor Young for strike 3. And Bradley down on strikes for out number 2. Here in the bottom of the third, back-to-back strikeouts, 4th of the ball game for Fluid. And in steps Cole Taylor, the first baseman. He's 0 for 1 of the ball game as he grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. Back in the first inning. Steps in here with the bases empty and 2 outs in the bottom of the third. First pitch to Taylor, up and away, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Other district action that took place last night. Weiss solidified their playoff spot with a 14-1 win over Conley. Taylor fouls that one back to the screen, 1-1 the count. And then Hendrickson up into Eastview, 2-1 to split that series as they both qualify for the playoffs now, and Elgin is eliminated. Line drive just past the glove of Taylor into right field. Weston Lane in defensively, stays in the ballgame after the pinch hit. Stays in the ballgame in right field to get it in. So a 2-out base hit by Cole Taylor puts a base runner at first base for the Panthers. First pitch to Ethan Manjarez. is in there for a called strike. 0-1. Minjar 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Struck out looking back at the first inning. Fluid now in the stretch. A look at first base. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a beautiful breaking pitch. 0-2 the count now. To Minjar, the left fielder. In the series, 0 for 3. With 2 strikeouts. Fluid comes set. The 0-2 pitch. Low and away for ball 1. 1-2 the count. But Conley and Hendrickson and Eastview, by splitting, both teams will play in Division I in the playoffs. The 1-2 pitch misses. Taylor tries to advance the throw down. And what a play by Jack Kiki. Catches it on the tag of Taylor. Oh, the ball popped out of his glove. Thought he had him. So now a runner on second base, a 2-2 count. To Minjar. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking pitch, inside corner, just misses for ball 3. So a full count now to Minjar. But Conley's eliminated, and Elgin now officially eliminated from the playoffs with Pflugerville. So, ground ball to third. The play across the first in time by Hayden Grooms. And the Panthers are retired here at the bottom of the third, 5-3 on the putout. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 3 complete innings, 10-0, Georgetown leads it. Eagle baseball will continue in a moment here on the SHN Sports Network. We come to Pflugerville High School. We go to the top of the 4th. They'll be led off by Hayden Grooms, who will step in. Grooms 1 for 2 in the ball game. Singled and a run scored in the first. Grounded into a 5-4-3 double play back in the second. Leads off against Ferguson here. First pitch low into the dirt for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Hayden Grooms. On deck, Justin Soto. Hit in position of Luke Hawley, went in defensively in the top of the inning to center field. The 1-0 pitch to Grooms outside for ball 2, 2-0 the count. Grooms ready to go. Ferguson from the stretch, the 2-0. Low and inside, ball 3. Georgetown and Weiss will represent District 23 in the Division II playoff bracket. Georgetown in control of the district title. He can wrap this one up. And a 4-pitch walk to start the inning to Hayden Grooms. First walk issued by Bruce Ferguson. So A runner at first with no outs. And in steps number 17, Justin Soto. Soto, the senior, will step in.
Pinch hitter number 17, Justin Soto.
On deck will be number 8, Jaden Howell, hitting in the number 6 slot. So he went in defensively in the bottom of the third in left field for Cooper Thomas. Justin Soto steps in here, the number 5 slot for Luke Colley. First pitch to Soto, misses outside. No, outside corner, called strike 1. But a pass ball got off the glove of Breimer. Allows Grooms to move up to second base on that pass ball. 0-1 the count. As Ferguson comes set in the stretch. Oh, 1 pitch in there for a called strike 2. 0-2 the count. Justin Soto. Here in the top of the fourth. No balls, 2 strikes. No outs and a runner at second. Ferguson comes set. The 0-2 pitch. Slap foul down the first baseline. I'll reset, do it again. No balls and 2 strikes. Soto back in as Ferguson looks in and comes set in the stretch. The 0-2 pitch to Soto. Inside corner, called strike 3. Soto down on strikes for out number 1 here in the inning. First strikeout for Ferguson. And with 1 out, a runner on second. That'll bring up number 8, Jaden Howell. Senior steps in from the left side. Throws right, bats left. Steps in here. First pitch is in there for a called strike.
That brings up number 8, Jaden Howell.
0-1 the count. Grooms leads off second base. The 0-1 pitch to Jaden. Grounded out towards second. Slow roller, charge, the throw by Walczak in time to get Howell at first base. That'll move Grooms up 90 feet to third base. 4-3 on the putout for out number 2. And that'll bring up number 9, Colton Crutchfield. Crutchfield into the DH slot here.
That brings up number 9, Colton Crutchfield.
Into the DH slot. 2 outs and a runner at third. Crutchfield will hit from the right side. Ferguson comes set in the stretch. The first pitch to Crutchfield. Lays off, takes it for ball 1. 1-0 the count. (10-0) lead for Georgetown. Here in the top of the fourth. Ferguson, the 1-0 pitch to Crutchfield. Hits him. So runners on the corners now with 2 outs as Crutchfield reaches base on the hit by pitch. And that'll bring up Braden Curtin.
Crutchfield hit by pitch. That brings up number 21, Braden Curtin.
Isaac Hansen in an inning and a third threw 36 pitches, allowed 5 runs on 5 hits, struck out 1, hit 1, 1 wild pitch. He was relieved by Ferguson with 1 out. In the top of the third, first pitch to Curtin. In there for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count. Braden Curtin 2 for 2 on the day with 2 doubles. An RBI back in the third. Scored 2 runs. Ferguson's 0-1 pitch. Misses low and outside. Nice play by Breimer to keep that one from getting by. 1-1 the count. To BK. Ferguson comes set. The 1-1 pitch. This is on the inside for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Jack Kiki on deck for the Eagles. The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball hit out there short. Aiden Bradley will flip to second for the out. And the inning is over for the Eagles. 6-4 on the putout of Crutchfield at second base. That'll take us to the bottom of the fourth. No runs on no hits, no errors, and one runner left on base. After 3.5, Georgetown 10, Pflugerville 0. Georgetown baseball will continue in a moment here on the SHN Network. Brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting and King's Pest Control. Stay with us. Up for the bottom of the fourth. Serving Williams County's pest control needs for over 40 years. It's King's Pest Control. Family and locally owned since 1982. Safe and reliable pest control services for your home or business. Call them at 512-930-PEST. 512-930-7378. We go to the bottom of the fourth. The Panthers will bring up the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Breimer, Alvarado, and Carrillo. First pitch misses for ball one. Want to know the count? Swing and a miss. 1-1 now the count to Tristan Breimer, who's 1 for 1 in the ball game. Singled back in the second, was left stranded on base. Catcher facing off against Fluid. The 1-1 pitch misses inside for ball two. 2-1 the count. Fluid from the windup, the 2-1 pitch. Line drive hit into left field. And there is Jayden Howell to make the catch for out number 1. L7 in the book to retire Breimer. That'll bring up Sean Alvarado, the DH. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Struck out back in the second inning as he stands in here with 1 out. The base is empty in the bottom of the fourth. Fluid from the windup, the first pitch to Alvarado. This is low and inside for ball 1. Through 3 innings, Fluid has allowed 2 hits, struck out 4, walked 1, thrown 58 pitches. The 1-0 pitch to Alvarado. Fouled off back to the screen, 1-1 the count now. To the Panther DH, Sean Alvarado. On deck, number 7, Christian Carrillo, the right fielder. From the windup, the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the fourth, no one on. Fluid quickly ready to go. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball out in front of the mound. Fluid will field it. Run towards first and flip it to Curtin for out number 2.
Number 7, Christian Carrillo.
With 2 outs, that'll bring up Christian Carrillo. 1-3 on the putout of Alvarado. Carrillo 0 for 0 in the ball game. Walked back in the second, was left stranded at second base. Steps back in for the left side. First pitch misses for ball 1. 1-0 the count. On deck, Jaden Oswald, the third baseman for the Panthers. 1-0 pitch outside for ball 2. Correction. Caught it on the outside corner for strike one. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 pitch to Carrillo. Breaking pitch stays high for ball two. 2-1 the count. The 2-1 pitch to Carrillo. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. 2-2 the count. If you want some more baseball after this game, head over to Eagle Field at Georgetown High School. Georgetown will take on the Midway Panthers. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. The Panthers go in order here in the bottom of the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. After 4 complete, Georgetown 10 runs on 11 hits, no errors. Panthers 0 runs, 3 hits, 3 errors. We go to the top of the fifth live here from Pflugerville High School. Stay with us. Georgetown Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Back here to Pflugerville High School over the top of the fifth. Number 16, Lucas Walchuk, the senior, in to catch for the Panthers. Ferguson works in his third inning of relief, coming on in the third. Pitched the fourth in the fourth inning. He threw 16 pitches, walked one, hit one. They got out of it without any runs given up. And in steps number 7, Jack Kiki. Kiki 2 for 2 on the day.
Georgetown Eagles, number 7, Jack Kiki.
Single and a run scored in the first, an RBI double in the third. Or a single and a run scored in the second, an RBI double, and a run scored in the third. As Ferguson will pitch to Kiki here to start the top of the fifth. Kiki, pop fly, back behind home plate. Walchuk will give chase, but can't get back to it in time. So, 0-1 the count. To the shortstop, Jack Kiki. Kiki back in for the right side. Ferguson works from the stretch. The 0-1 to Jack. Kiki hits it into left field, and it's down for a leadoff single. Nice piece of hitting there. Jack, a 3 for 3 ball game. And in steps the pinch hitter, number 18. That's Ryan Castilleja. Hitting it in the number 1 slot for the catcher, Connor Young.
Ryan Castilleja.
Casty will step in from the right side. No outs and a runner at first base. First pitch from Ferguson. Misses low and outside for ball 1. Casty back in as Ferguson comes set. The 1-0 pitch. Casty gives it a ride to right center field. The right fielder on the run, Carrillo, will get to it and make the catch for out number 1, F9 in the book. Kiki unable to advance, so 1 out in the inning. Runner stays at first, and in steps Weston Lane. Weston 0 for 1 in the ball game. Came on to hit in the third inning, stayed on defensively in right field. Steps in here with one out and a runner at first base. Ferguson's first pitch to Lane, swing and a miss, strike one. 0-1 the count.
That brings up number 3, Weston Lane.
Lane back in for the right side as Ferguson comes set in the stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Misses for ball one. 1-1 the count. One and one to count. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 1-2 the count now to Weston Lane. One out. Runner at first base here in the top of the fifth. The 1-2. Misses. Wild pitch outside. Kiki will take off to second base on the wild pitch. 2-2 the count now to Weston Lane. Ferguson comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Lane hits it out towards third. Oswald up with it. The throw across the diamond is a bad one. Lane around first, headed to second base. Kiki around third. He'll score. And Weston Lane gets into second base on the E5 by Oswald. That'll score Kiki on the same error. So a two-base error there puts the 11th run across for Georgetown here in the ball game. Now a runner at second base, so one out. And a pinch hitter here for Georgetown. Number 20. Ezekiel Hernandez will step in to hit in the place of Fluid in the number 3 slot. With one out, a runner at second. Zeke will step in from the right side. Ferguson comes set. First pitch to Zeke. He's behind him. That wild pitch will allow Lane to cruise into third base. 1-0 the count to Zeke Hernandez. Zeke back in. Ferguson comes set. The 1-0 pitch. Misses low and outside for ball two. 2-0 the count. The 2-0 pitch. Zeke hits it out into right field. That'll be an RBI base hit for Zeke Hernandez. He puts it in between first and second base. To score Weston Lane from third base. Now a runner at first with one out. And here comes Coach Del Wagner for the Pflugerville Panthers. Quick timeout. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us here on the SHN Sports Network. Garrett Holmes comes on to pitch. He's a right-hander for the Panthers, the senior. Face off against Hayden Grooms here in the top of the 5th. First pitch to Grooms. Hit foul down the third baseline. 0-1 the count. Grooms on the day. 1 for 2. The 0-1 pitch. Fly ball into center field. Ray Naga gets to it in right center field. Makes the catch for out number 2. F8 in the book to retire Grooms. That'll keep Hernandez at first base. And in steps Justin Soto. Struck out looking back in the 4th inning as he came on defensively in center field for Luke Holly.
That brings in number 17, Justin Soto.
Steps in here with 2 outs. First pitch misses for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Justin Soto. Holmes comes set. A 1-0 pitch. It's down in the dirt for ball 2. 2-0 the count. 12-0 your score. Georgetown with the win will be your District 23 champions 2025. The 2-0 pitch. Soto takes it for a called strike. 2-1 the count. The future Texas Tech student. Justin Soto, had a good chat with him on Thursday at the coach's show. 2-1 pitch, hit out to short. Bradley will flip to second, but it's an error as it was behind Walchak. So another error allows the inning to continue here for Georgetown. Runners at first and second now. That'll bring up Jaden Howe. So Zeke Hernandez into second on the error by the shortstop Bradley. Soto reaches on that fielder's choice. Now Jaden Howe steps in, 0 for 1 of the ball game. First pitch swinging, fouls it off. 0-1 the count to Jaden Howe.
That brings in number 8, Jaden
Came
Howe.
on defensively in the bottom of the 3rd for the Eagles in left field. Batted in the top of the 4th. Grounded out to second base, 0 for 1 in the ball game. 0-1 count, runners on first and second. The 0-1 pitch misses low and outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Jaden Howe. The 1-1 to Howe. Misses low and outside. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. Holmes comes set. The 2-1. Check swing, foul ball, back behind home plate. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the senior lefty, Jaden Howe. Georgetown's been consistent on the day. 3 runs in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third, 2 here in the 5th. Lead it 12-0. The 2-2 pitch to Howe. Outside corner called, strike 3 on the generous zone. And the inning comes to an end here in the top of the 5th. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. After 4.5, Georgetown 12, Pflugerville 0. The Eagles 3 outs away from a district championship and a start to their playoff season next week. Stay with us live here on the SHN Sports Network. The bottom of the 5th coming up from Pflugerville High School in a moment. to pitch for your Georgetown Eagles. He's a fan of the Ohioans in the group. It's Hayden Grooms on to pitch. So the Grooms, the Wilburns, the Cottrells, and the Ratzloffs. Hopefully you're listening in. It's Hayden Grooms on to close it out here in the bottom of the fifth for Georgetown. He'll face off against the 8-9-1 hitters, Oswald, Reynaga, and Walchak. First pitch is a ball, 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch in there. They're calling strike, 1-1 the count. Grooms from the windup, the 1-1. Ground ball hit out to third. Zeke Hernandez up with it. The throw in the diamond, across the diamond in time. 4 out, number 1. Nice play by Curtin for the scoop. 5-3 on the put out for out number 1 to retire Oswald. That'll bring up Eric Reynaga, who's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Georgetown 2 outs away from the District 23 championship. Grooms from the windup, the first pitch to Reynaga. Outside corner, called strike 1, 0-1 to count. Groomsy ready to go on the mound from the windup, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2, 0-2 the count. Reynaga back in, the left-handed hitter ready to go. The 0-2 pitch, fouled off, back to the backstop, 0-2 remains the count. Grooms gets the sign from Connor Young from the windup. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking pitch, fouled off. Reynaga stays alive in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. David Fluitt, through 4 innings, through 71 pitches, gave up no runs, 2 hits, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. The 0-2 pitch just misses for ball 1, 1-2 the count. To Reynaga. From the windup, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs now in the inning. To the top of the lineup we go. As Jackson Walchak will step in, 1 for 2 in the ball game. To face off against Hayden Grooms, the Panthers down to their final out of their season. Georgetown, 1 out away, being crowned the District 23 champions. Here in 2025, the first pitch from Groomsy stays high for ball 1. Single and left-stranded in the first for Walchak. Struck out swinging in the third. The 1-0 pitch just misses inside for ball 2, 2-0 the count. The sophomore Jackson Walchak, the 2-0 pitch. Skips in for ball 3, 3-0 the count. To the leadoff hitter. On deck, Aiden Brantley, the shortstop. Should Walchak extend the season for the Panthers? The 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle for called strike 1, 3-1 the count. Groomsy from the windup, the 3-1. Called strike 2, and the count runs full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. From the windup, the payoff pitch. Ground ball hit to third. Zeke to his left, builds it. The throw across the diamond in time. And Georgetown wins the district championship of Region 3, District 23 for this season. And what a ball game. Georgetown wins it 12-0 over the Pflugerville Panthers. And in the season, 9-3 as district champions of District 23. And they do it in beautiful fashion in their final 2 games of the year. They win the series a combined 22-0 over the Pflugerville Panthers. So Georgetown, the district champions, will be the number 1 seed in Division 2 in the playoff bracket. And they will be followed behind by Weiss as the 2 seed out of Division 2. And Eastview and Hendrickson playing it out to see who will be the number 1 seed and number 2 seed in Division 1 in the playoffs, representing District 23. Congratulations to Jordan Vieira and the Georgetown Eagles. They are your district champions here in District 23 for 2025. Thanks for joining us today We're going to get a sign off here as Georgetown will load up, head back home to take on the Midway Panthers at 4:30 back at Eagle Field. Thanks for joining us today. Georgetown wins it. They are your district champions. Thanks for joining us. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Have a good day, everybody.